Now, welcome back to the Deadology Podcast. From Pencil Hill, Studio New Paltz, New York, I'm your host, Howard Weiner. This is Season 4, Episode 5 of the podcast, today, March 26th, 2026, 3/26/26. And today is going to be a Jerry Garcia Soul Day, Jerry Garcia's Soul Town. And the inspiration for this episode came from Smokey Soul Town, a channel on channel 74 on Sirius XM radio. And one of my favorite, I think I listened to this more than any other station on that Sirius dial. And the reason I listened to it so much, you got songs by Smokey, Otis Redding, Stevie Wonder, Isaac Hayes, Wilson Pickett, Sly Stone, go on and on here, man. Temptations, James Brown. Yeah, it's such a great station, 50s, 60s, 70s soul. And when I was listening to this station, I'm always reminded of Jerry because all these great tunes that Jerry covered, he did so many of those soulful Motown songs, Stax from Stax Records, and such a great history there. And this channel, man, Smokey Robinson's on there a lot, man. He curates a lot of the segments. So that man is the walking history of Motown Records. And you also got Mason in the Morning, pretty good host. So yeah, just a real pleasure to listen to this channel. And I was thinking, hey man, I got to do my Jerry Soul Town. And what I'm going to do is pick out some of the more inspirational Jerry Garcia band numbers through the years. A lot of music to get to here, so before I jump into that, I just want to mention that we have another episode coming up of the Deadology Podcast in 2 days. I finished a Zoom call with Doug Schmel. We're doing a 1973 show. That will be out in 2 days. And also today, March 26th, 2026, I'm driving around and I'm feeling Spring Tour, Grateful Dead, man, just the ghosts of the past. And then I thought about it. I was like, hey, man, on this particular day, March 26th, I was at 3 different Grateful Dead shows through the years. 3/26, what was it, 87. That was the first the first show I saw after Jerry's coma in Hartford, and what an emotionally charged night that was. That was something else. And then March 26th, 88, Hampton, Virginia. I was in that Hampton Coliseum, and that night they played the hottest All Along the Watchtower I've ever heard. Garcia goes nuts on it. By the way, if you want to check that out, it's on YouTube. You could punch in Hampton 3/26/88 Watchtower, and a beautiful video, great audio, and you'll be blown away by how good that All Along the Watchtower is. And the last time I saw him on March 26th was Knickerbocker Arena. That was the only show I ever saw in that arena. That was in 1990. So the ghosts of March 26th are right there with me, and I love it, man. The Spring Tour, man, it was nothing like that back in the day. Other people, when I was going to college, other people were going away on vacation. I had no interest in going to Cancun or wherever, man. I was on that Spring Tour, man. That was really, we had some great times, man. So lucky to have seen the Grateful Dead back in the day when they were smoking hot. And now let's get on to the Jerry Garcia band. And we're going to kick off the Jerry Soul Town with Second That Emotion, a song written by Smokey Robinson. And the version I selected here is a version with is such a go-to number for me. Like, I remember getting the tape back in the day of Second That Emotion, and I would just rewind this and keep listening to it over and over because Garcia's lead is brilliant on this. It's from November 8th, 1981, Rider College. I believe that's in Lawrence, New Jersey. And that was one of the joys of seeing the Jerry Garcia band back in those days. You'd catch them in these little places. It was unreal, man. It was something that even if you were seeing the Jerry Garcia band in 88, 89, 90, you couldn't see them in places that small. This was like the last run of like 3-4 years where you could really catch Jerry in these amazing places, these little unknown college gyms. And I don't even remember the rest of this Rider College tape that much, but the second that emotion I would go to, I would keep rewinding because the jam is so hot here. So in Jerry's band on that night, you had obviously John Conn on bass, Ron Tutt was the drummer, Melvin Seals, organ, Jimmy Warren was still in there playing some electric keyboard, Liz Stiers and Julie Stafford were the background singers, and what a band that was, man, one of Jerry's best. And this was right in the middle of my first seeing the Jerry Garcia band. I first saw him in the Capitol Theater twice on November 6th, 81. That was, Capitol Theater, my first two Jerry shows. Incredible. I think that night was a big Quaalude night. They played a great Mission in the Rain. I did some killer Quaaludes, but I'll never forget that Mission in the Rain, man. It was one of the best ones ever. And then LSD on November 10th at the Palladium, man. On November 10th, 81, I did a podcast on that show. Another unreal, that's a podcast worth checking out, some great highlights from that early late show. So this is right smack in the middle, Rider College, November 8th. And without further ado, let's enjoy the Jerry Garcia band and Second That Emotion. There you go. 3 rounds of smoking Jerry Garcia for you. Second that emotion. And two things came to mind as I was listening to that playback. So yeah, you got the within that one instrumental, you got 3 rounds, 3 different leads. And with each one, Jerry hits a peak. He builds it up very quickly in Second That Emotion. And each successive round is a little bit hotter than the last one. That's Garcia at his best. It's like logical, mathematical. So it's not just, sometimes people think of Jerry Garcia as just this crazy improviser. There was nobody who was more precise. Just a brilliant guitarist, man. That's Jerry at his logical, mathematical best. And yeah, great little thing by Melvin Seals there. Even though we didn't hear it, Jerry passes the baton to Melvin Seals on organ. And the other thing is, when I listen to all these songs, just the joy Jerry had in performing, Motown songs, Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, whoever it was, man. These were just the most joyous of the Jerry Garcia Band songs. Jerry's Soul Town rolls on. So Second That Emotion was written by Smokey and Al Cleveland, and it reached number 5 in 1967. And of course, we know that the Grateful Dead played it a couple times, and then it became a Jerry Garcia Band staple through the years. And while we're at it, let's run with another Smokey Robinson song. This one was written by Smokey Robinson and Bobby Rogers, and it peaked at number 11 in 1964. A song by The Temptations, "The Way You Do the Things You Do." And by the way, when I do the number 11, that's referring to the Billboard charts, the single charts, the R&B charts. All these songs obviously went higher. A lot of them went to number 1. But The Way You Do the Things You Do, man. This was played it through the years, but it was a rare song. I would call it rare. I've only seen it a couple times. And the version I'm going to play for you, I was very much in attendance. This was, This Way You Do the Things You Do is from Stony Brook, December 4th, 1983. Another small gym, an incredible way to see Jerry. And I mean, these gyms were packed, man. It was the Grateful Dead had such a following by that point, but it wasn't to the point where you couldn't get a ticket. So just, imagine your local small college, not a university college, just pulling into the gym and seeing Jerry Garcia Band there. It was we knew how great it was at the time, and time will tell, man. It's only all this stuff only grows in stature through the years. So from Stony Brook, Way You Do the Things You Do. And this is one song I just really love the lyrics. Every time I hear this on Smokey Soul Town, I'm like, yeah, brilliant lyrics. And well, let's get right to it. I think for this Jerry, for this podcast, we're gonna have we'll do like the whole Way You Do the Things You Do. There's gonna be a little more music here, so we can enjoy Jerry in his glory, in his soul glory, enjoying Motown, Stax tunes, The Way You Do the Things You Do.
You got a smile so bright, you know you could have been a candle. I'm holding you so tight, you know you could have been a handle. The way you stole my heart, you know you could have been a brew. And baby, you're so smart, you know you could have been a schoolboy. Well, you're so sweet. Oh, you could have been some honey. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do. 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 You made my life so rich. The way you do the things you do. You know you could have been some money. You're so sweet. Could have been some honey. Let me on my feet. The way you do the things you do. Oh, you could have been a boo. The way you do the things you do. You smell so sweet. The way you do the things you do. Could have been some honey. The way you do the things you do. The way you do the things you do. The way you do the things you do. The way
The Way You Do the Things You Do. Stony Brook 12/4/83. And what a night that was. We're going to get right back to that in a couple of numbers. That show, there's another great soul classic. But one of the things that stuck out listening to that again right now, I just love on these songs how when Jerry's singing, he kind of compliments himself. His guitar sings like in response to his singing. It's so cool, and he really does that a lot on these soul songs. So yeah, beautiful stuff from Jerry. That was a night to remember. 1983, saw a lot of great Garcia band that year. Saw him at the Chance in Poughkeepsie, 600 people. Also, about a week after this, it was December 13th, 83. Saw him in the Keene College Theater. It was called the Wilkins Theater, I believe. And that was like 900 seating capacity. We went to an early and late show. Those are phenomenal shows as well. Yeah, pretty lucky, man, especially seeing all these Garcia band shows back in the day. Moving on to our next soul number. This is probably my favorite, might be my favorite song of all the ones I'm going to play here, at least the original. And I love the original of this. I'm sure everybody knows this one. Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got, the Four Tops. It went to number 4 in 1973. And that was right around the time I started listening to AM radio. And through the years, I've just, this song I've loved, man. For me, it's the best song, 1973 probably. Just there's something about it so cool. The melody line, the groove, and Jerry picked up on it, man. It's just amazing the year that Jerry, Merle, Melvin. I'm playing. The Jerry version we're gonna hear is from 1970. No, not 73. 74. Legion of Mary with Merle Saunders, but. Yeah, that's really where Jerry had his soul explosion with Merle, and they did so many great tunes back then. But Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. I just looked at Dead Bass. I was wondering how many times they played this, and I probably could look at an updated source, but in Dead Bass they only had one version, May 30th, 74. They definitely played it twice because they played it August 11th, 74, and there's actually an official release that has it. And it's instrumental. It's about 17 minutes long. And it blew me away the first time I heard this, man. I was like, that's gold. Even before the release came out, I was all over this version. Jerry sinks into the melody line right away. No singing. And later on when he comes back, his jamming's probably even more fierce. But we're going to listen to about 4 or 5 minutes of this. And it's just so cool the way Jerry takes his time and builds and just a love for the melody line here, which striking home right now because I'm sure I've told you guys before. I'm playing piano. I've been teaching myself. I'm almost up to the 2-year point, and the song I'm working on right now is Ain't No Woman. So this fits right in. Yeah, man, just never could get tired of this song. I don't care how many times I heard it in 73 or how many times it comes on Smokey Soul Town. I can listen to it over and over. The original by the Four Tops, and the Four Tops did so many great songs. Obviously, they're a super famous band, but I think they're even a little underrated, man. The Four Tops were incredible. But this may be their best song. And the version we're going to hear is from August 11th, 74. And the venue, I think it was in Berkeley, but the venue is skipping me right now. After we listen to it, I'll let you know what the venue was. This is on an official Garcia release, this show. And we'll check out the first 4 or 5 minutes. And there's also, Garcia comes back for a great jam later on in it. But let's check this out as Jerry works his way into Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. So I want to correct myself. That wasn't Legion of Mary, is Garcia and Saunders. But Martin Fierro is there on horns for this this configuration of the Jerry Garcia Merle Saunders. And this was released as Garcia Volume 9. And it is Berkeley, the Keystone, August 11th, 74. And just incredible, just the way Jerry savors the melody line to start off with. So nice and easy and unassuming. And then they get to a part, it sounds like it's going to tail off a little bit, and that's when Jerry starts smoking during the groove, which I believe is an F major 7, E minor 7, and a D minor 7. When they get into that groove part, the stuff Garcia does is incredible. And so as this goes on, this is like a 17-minute version. Fierro comes in, and God bless the guy. He was obviously a talented musician, but really it sounds like a bunch of cell phones going off in the middle of the song. And then probably 10 minutes in, Garcia starts cooking again, and that's probably even hotter than what we just heard. But I loved just the way Jerry introduces that with the melody line. Ain't no woman like the one I got. And moving on with our Jerry Soul Town, we're going to go to a big Jerry Garcia band favorite, Don't Let Go. Roy Hamilton reached number 13, I believe, in 1958. And with Don't Let Go, it was written by Jesse Stone, covered by a number of people. But when the Jerry Garcia band got a hold of this, they brought a whole new dimension to it. A lot of the Motown, Soultown songs that Jerry performed, he usually stayed pretty true to the original arrangement, just extending it. With Don't Let Go, he definitely extended it more than any other, went off on these long jams. And we're going to go back to Stony Brook, December 4th, 83 for this version of Don't Let Go. Thing I love about this, it's a lot quicker than most of the other versions. This is almost like a double time Don't Let Go, just really funky. And Garcia goes off on the long jam. Definitely I would suggest getting a hold of this Stony Brook show. An incredible time period. This show was great. That Wilkins Theater show from December 13th, 83. Garcia's voice is a little ragged, but boy, does he make up for it with the guitar playing and just the effort here. So enjoy this nice upbeat version of Don't Let Go. As you know, Jerry's just beginning to cook there. The jam goes on and on for a good while. Amazing night in Stony Brook, December 4th, 1983. So they played Don't Let Go. Jerry doesn't do the last chorus. They segue right into Deal, an amazing Deal. And they don't do the last chorus of Deal either. They segue right into Tangled Up in Blue to end the show. So an unusual thing there. Jerry Garcia band almost doing a medley of jam songs. But man, so powerful. An incredible night. Anybody who was there will never forget it. Stony Brook. And I also love listening to that again, just the way Jerry sings the lyric and plays it on his guitar at the same time he's singing on his guitar. Just an incredible thing, which he did often in Don't Let Go. Just beautiful interpretation from Mr. Garcia. And moving along, our next song in this Jerry Soul Town special, we got... I'm just looking at the list here, laughing, and I love this stuff. We're actually going to go Grateful Dead right here. Tighten Up, which was a song for Archie Bell and the Drells. They were from Houston, Texas. And this is a fun little goofy song. I hear it on Smokey Soul Town all the time. And I always think, how did the Grateful Dead come up with the idea to stick this in the middle of Dark Star? And I think the answer is they did it a couple times in Dancing in the Streets, which is also a Motown tune. But yeah, the Tighten Up jam is cool as hell, man. The Archie Bell and Drell song, when you listen to that on Smokey Soul Town, wherever you listen to it, you're like, how the hell did they knew it was a cool, funky little thing. Somehow they worked it into the middle of these big jams, and with great effect, putting it into the middle of Dark Star. And the version of the Tighten Up I'm going to play from you from the Dark Star is a famous one, October 31st, 1971, Columbus, Ohio, obviously Halloween night. That second set is immaculate. One of the great sets in Grateful Dead history, short but perfect. And I think that kind of also... explains this Dark Star. Only 23 minutes, which, obviously, a lot of Dark Stars were hitting the 30, 40-minute point as we in this era, as we move forward. But this is the most lyrical, most engaging Dark Star. It's one of the best. I don't know if I would call it the best, but I put it in my top 10, just because it's right on the money every step of the way. It's like engaging, brings the listener in. I think this would be, if you wanted to turn somebody onto a Dark Star who wasn't a Grateful Dead fan, this would be a great place to go, because it's just, everything about it, man, is just totally engaging. There's no opportunity to let your mind roam. It's a brilliant Dark Star, and this Tighten Up jam really kind of makes it. So let's jump right in. 10/31/71, Columbus, Ohio. Everybody, tighten up. Tighten Up, a number by Archie Bell and the Drells, and somehow it made its way into Dark Star. Great stuff. Jerry Soultown rolls on. Now we're going to go to a classic. I believe this is the most played Jerry Garcia Band song of all time, written by the incredible Motown songwriting team of Holland, Dozier, Holland. This song was a big hit for Marvin Gaye in 1964, peaked at number 6. And I think you all know the song I'm talking about, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. And just such a cool Jerry Garcia Band song. It took on such meaning, and there was always that kind of feeling that it was Jerry singing to the audience when he would open up a show with How Sweet It Is. It was feel good to the utmost degree, and especially on a particular night in the Catskills, South Fallsburg, Music Mountain, June 16th, 1982. An incredible show. I've done a podcast on that. You could look it up. It's one of the great shows of all time. Jerry in prime form, singing and playing. And that's what I think I love about this show. What makes it one of the greatest shows to me is just vocally and every single jam, Jerry is on the money, taking it the extra mile. And enough of me testifying about it. Here's that How Sweet It Is from Music Mountain to open the show June 16th, 1982. It was a steamy summer's night in South Fallsburg, New York. 10,000 off the hook, crazy Grateful Dead heads were on a hill, just taking in Jerry Garcia at the peak of his powers, man. That How Sweet It Is. So beautiful. Music Mountain. It's a show I've written about a lot. In my book, Positively Garcia, I ranked it as the third greatest show of all time. And hey, it's definitely up there, man. People love it. Great recording. That's an audience recording. Special night. And Bob Weir and the Midnights played. They followed Jerry. And it was like such a steamy night that you could just feel the rain was coming. And then the second Jerry left the stage, he played first, man. He knew he wanted a split. He didn't want any part of that big rain coming in. It rained like unbelievable, man. The cars couldn't get out. It was so muddy. And actually, the weird thing about it, this is obviously a classic Jerry Garcia show, but the Bob Weir show, man, Bob hung in there and played a great show. I've listened to this. I split after Jerry played. It was, we had to be in New Haven to see the Garcia band the next night. So, but years later, listening to the Bob Weir and the Midnights, man, they played a great show, man. They hung in there during this incredible rainstorm and delivered. So kudos to Bobby for that, man. It was, the type of night, if you're taking the stage and it's just torrential rain, to put forth a great show is really true professionalism, love for the music. And both Jerry and Bob, definitely put that forth on this night, which is close to the summer solstice, 1982, June 16th. And for my last selection for Jerry's Soul Town, we're going to stay with the Positively Garcia. The show which I ranked the best in this book I wrote on the Jerry Garcia band is from Pacific High Studio, February 6, 1972. And this is very early for Garcia Saunders. They're just getting together the songs they like. They got a couple of Dylan songs. They doing a little jam of Imagine by John Lennon. They got a Merle Saunders original in there. But hey, man, once again, it's the Motown. They did Expressway earlier in the show, which I think is one of the greatest Garcia instrumentals ever. I also did a podcast on this February 6, 72 show. You could look that up. But towards the end of the show, they do this great, at the very end, they end it with How Sweet It Is, but they do Ray Charles, Lonely Avenue. Might be the freaking best song of the night. Incredible. But this song, to keep up with the Soul Town theme, that we're going to play for you right now is a Stevie Wonder number. Jerry and Merle decided not to sing, just an instrumental run-through of I Was Made to Love Her. Now, Stevie Wonder wrote this song. It was a number 2 hit in 1967. One of the many great songs. He would really flourish as a songwriter, album creator in the 70s. One of the geniuses of music, Stevie Wonder. And hey, Jerry and Merle love this song. I Was Made to Love Her. It's towards the end of the show, and it's kind of like a bookend with Expressway. Expressway was the second song. This was like the next to last song, and just two monster instrumentals, unlike anything you'll hear in any other Garcia band show. One of the reasons I rated this the greatest show ever. So hey, enough chatting about it. Let's jump right in. The last few minutes of I Was Made to Love Her by Stevie Wonder, and playing with Jerry Garcia and Merle Saunders that night. Obviously, you got John Kahn on bass and Grateful Dead drummer Billy Kreutzmann. Enjoy. whole lot of soul. In the Pacific Eye Studio, February 6, 1972, Jerry Garcia, Billy Kreutzmann, Merle Saunders, John Kahn, man. Great stuff. For the outro, we're gonna hear The Expressway to Your Heart from the same show. I've used that as an outro before. And hey, man, Jerry was in his element when he was doing these Motown, Stax, soul songs. I think he was happier than ever, man, singing this stuff. So everybody, thanks for listening. Thank you, Smokey Robinson, for Smokey Soul Town, man. I love that channel, man. I listen to it all the time, and soul music for being such an inspiration for Jerry, and Jerry for bringing it on home to us. Yeah, I'll be back next week. It's going to be, actually, I'm going to be back this week. Just had a phone call, Zoom call with Doug Schmel the other day. We got a 73 show lined up for you. That's going to be out on Saturday, just 2 days away. So the Deadology podcast is on a roll. I'm your host, Howard Weiner. Website, tangledupintunes.com. And my email, if anybody wants to reach out to me, catfishgarcia82@yahoo.com. We're going to queue up Expressway to Your Heart. Peace out. Speak to you soon.